Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WPW Riot. We are live from Newark, New Jersey, and we're kicking things off with Ivan Ulfar versus... what in the hell? The following contest is scheduled for one fall into the first from Cincinnati, Ohio, Tyler Jones. Well, this is a bit weird. Tyler's coming out here not to compete, not least dress, mind you. He doesn't have his gear. What does it mean? He's ready to go out of town. By the way, if you guys are worried about no intro, don't worry, I am too. There will be an intro very soon, at least for Riot. Supernova's got one taken care of. Riot will be, we got y'all. But either way, Tyler Jones coming out here to the ringside area, getting dressed to, well, not dressed to compete, I'll tell you that much. He's supposed to compete tonight in an opening contest against Ivan Ulfar. However, it seems to me like Tyler has other plans. I kind of dig this Bengal orange and black that he has going on along with the white. However, I do not for the life of me understand why he's not in ring gear when he has to compete. Although something tells me I don't think we'll be going too far without a question, try to answer to that question, as we may be hearing from Tyler Jones very soon.
Originally, I was supposed to be facing Ivan tonight, but unfortunately, I am not going to be doing that in front of all of you who decide that, you know, even though someone is clearly hurt and is not medically cleared by actual doctors and not some backstage dumbasses that just kind of look at it and go, I think you're ready to go. But, I can't even lie to myself, my stupid, idiotic boss, Angel Perkins Harris, decides to say, you're going to face Ivan tonight, and I looked at him and said, you really think I can wrestle with my current injuries? And he looked at me and goes, that is not what I said. I said, you are going to wrestle. I'm not expecting you to just stay in the back and watch. Unfortunately, you, Angel, are the biggest dumbass I've ever met, because I'm not going to be sitting here putting myself at danger. I'm the best thing that has come to WPW in a while. I'm the flashiest person to ever come to WPW. I'm not going to risk my own body just because you want to see me suffer. Now, if you want your show to continue, I recommend changing that match and making me have a day off today, because I need it. I need to recover. So, Angel, I'm going to be hijacking your show until you come down here, look me dead in the face, and tell me I'm sorry. I'll have your match changed.
Does he really think that he can just get... Uh-oh. Well, if the boss says you're clear to compete, then I guess you have to be clear to compete. APH wouldn't be one that sends someone out injured, but either way, you want the boss? You got him. Last night at the UFN's HOP 60, Angel Perkins Harris, the owner, founder, and CEO of World Pro Wrestling, said those three words that is on that t-shirt: death, taxes, and APH, when he retained the UFN International Championship. Tonight, though, he's back to business. He just got back from LGF War Tides, addressing the influence with his sister Dominique and his father Angel Harris Sr. Now APH is here on Riot in Newark, New Jersey. A busy man, a well-flown individual. And tonight, APH has got some things to get off his chest when it comes to Tyler Jones. Let's see what the boss got to say about these allegations. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, Tyler, before you go any further, let me just say this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monday Night Riot! Always wanted to do that. Now, I heard what you said out here, and let's be fair, it's kind of damning to me. I'm a soulless promoter who likes to watch his wrestlers get hurt and still book some in matches anyways. Okay, let me think about this for a second. When I read your notes from your doctor, you left out something important. You had sprained ribs from your match against Midas. Yes, you did. And you did roll your ankle while training for your match against Huey Blunt. Fair enough. But the doctors told me one little thing that you forgot to mention, and that was, while you were banged up, you were still given the go-ahead to compete, which is why I let the match continue. Now, same thing here. You went to my doctors, and I allowed you to go to your own personal doctors. We compared notes, and we all came to the very same conclusion. You still got some injured ribs, your ankle's still a bit injured and you have a little bit of a neck problem. But they told me that you were still cleared to compete. Now, I could have sworn that you understand more than anybody, because you've been in the business way longer than me, my brother. You know that not everybody comes into this business and stays 100% their entire careers. People get hurt. People go through pain. We fight through it, though. See, me, I've been fighting through a knee injury almost my entire career. Thanks, Jay. So, I completely understand if you don't want to fight through your injuries. But what am I supposed to tell Ivan, who's expecting a match tonight? Wait, no, I got it. How about next week, instead of you fighting Ivan Yofar, I'll give both of you the night off, and next week, live on Monday Night Riot, Ivan Yofar goes face-to-face with your bodyguard, Larry Wheels. And as far as you are concerned, I'll be waiting in my office next week, and I'll be expecting for you to give me a good reason why I shouldn't book you for a match against Shamrock. Until you give me a good enough reason for you to not do that, I suggest you get the fuck out of my ring, Tyler. Because the only thing I'm hearing from you right now is a bunch of excuses. So get. Well, Tyler Jones, he's been told he has to fight Shamrock next week unless he can bring actual evidence that he is hurt. But for right now, Ivan and Larry Wheels face next week, and Tyler is taking the walk of shame. Now that that's out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, there's one bit of an issue I got to take care of right here. See, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have the rematch for the WPW Championship between Jack Hunter and Jayy Knight. However, it's come to my attention that we need some number one contenders. Now, I already have somebody lined up to face whomever the champion is after Vice City, but we need a contender after the fact. So being the forward thinker that I am, I've orchestrated 2 fatal 4-way matches. Now, the winners of those fatal 4-way matches will go on to Vice City, where the winner of that match will be declared the number one contender for the World Pro Wrestling Championship. Now, the only way you'll be in these fatal 4-way matches? Simple. First come, first serve. Now, it's a good thing I mentioned that match, because that match comes up right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, while you enjoy this fatal 4-way match, I urge you to stick around and enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you, and good night. Well, APH, fatal 4-way action. 2 matches to determine who goes to Vice City to fight for the number one contendership for the World Pro Wrestling Championship. First come, first serve in these fatal 4-way matches. Can't wait to see what happens. What the hell? Wait a minute! Who in the hell is that? Who the fuck? That's Aaron Miller! Aaron the Destroyer! Oh, a paradigm shift! Get security! You don't even work here!
I got the torch, we about to burn down the thrones. We need a change, look at the world that we live. Look how the evil is grown, all the innocence lost. We need a new beginning, man, the vision is off. We need to wage war, yeah, we need to rage on. I'm here, war boots, I'ma buy a pair. No suits, just fighters here. Grassroots and some white gear. I'm still fly like a pilot jet. Brave hearts never die in fear. I ain't a stranger to the danger. I'ma live and I'm dying here, yeah. So I'm looking up more, cause I know what I'm up for. Cause we need a change, and I'm starting an uproar. We started a ruckus. Yeah, we started a ruckus.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here on WPW Riot, and it is time for the first of 2 fatal 4-way matches tonight. And I believe he got the first one out immediately, and there he is, Jayy Jones. The following is a fatal 4-way match scheduled for one fall, where the winner advances to Vice City for a World Pro Wrestling Championship opportunity. Introducing first, Jayy Jones. One half of the LGF Tag Champions, Jade Jones, stepping into a World Pro Wrestling ring with opportunity in his face. The World Championship, the World Pro Wrestling title. All you have to do is win tonight and you guarantee a shot at Vice City. Vice City gets you a one-way ticket to the World Championship. All you gotta do is get the big win. Can Jayy Jones get the big win tonight? We're gonna find out here tonight, but as we mentioned, it's first come, first serve. Jayy Jones, first one to burst through that door of opportunity. And I can't say I'm surprised. Jayy Jones is a man who loves to take opportunities like this. Speaking of a man who thrives on opportunity, we forgot to mention Jayy Jones, the Rough Cut Grand Prix champion, who won a chamber match at Fight for Glory to get that belt. You wanna know who our representative was for that match? This man. Introducing next, the Toronto Wolverine, CG. CG, who walked into that matchup one day after facing Hunter Quinn to go and get an opportunity. CG walked into that chamber already injured and banged himself up even worse. Missed Gravity Falls, however, he put on a star-making performance, showing the world that even all the bumps and bruises, all the scars can't stop a man's determination, a man's willingness to succeed. And tonight, CG is stepping through that door, and he's looking for an undisputed championship opportunity. The World Pro Wrestling Championship awaits thee if you can win tonight and then win at Vice City. We shall see, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wow! Well, speaking of a Canadian, here's one of the greatest Canadians you've ever seen. Introducing next, Jordan Brooks. The COH television champion over in COH. He is a Triple Crown winner. But here in WPW, he's just coming off a loss in the Fight Pit where he tapped out to Mike Angel. Now it's his chance to right that wrong and get himself to where he believes he belongs. Not just in the spotlight, but with the World Pro Wrestling Championship around his waist. Jordan Brooks stepping through that door of opportunity, and he is ready to take it. What the hell? Is that how I think it is? You're kidding me! Oh my God. Introducing next, the Wicked Prince, Antoine Jackson. What the wait, excuse me? Antoine Jackson? We haven't seen him since last year! I'm not even joking. Oh my lord, I remember a few shows before Supercharged back in May of last year. Antoine Jackson last stepped into World Pro Wrestling's doors. He's broadened his spectrum to LGF, where he is one half of the World Tag Team Champions with Jay Jones. And Antoine Jackson, oh my goodness, he is gunning for the World Pro Wrestling Championship. I get it. You've been here for a year and a half. You've barely been shown on television. You've been away for a long time. What better way to reintroduce yourself than to get a shot at Vice City and a shot at the biggest prize in this industry? Oh my lord, look at that. Jay Jones and Jordan Brooks out there at ringside talking amongst themselves, getting ready for this action. Antoine Jackson right in the middle of the ring. What a visual this is. The bell has rung, and here we go. Antoine Jackson in this matchup alongside CG, Jordan Brooks, and Jay Jones. The winner of this matchup advances to Vice City to face off against the winner of the next Fatal 4-Way match. That'll be coming on very shortly. The winner of that Fatal 4-Way faces this one's winner at Vice City with the #1 contendership for the World Pro Wrestling Championship on the line. What a massive, massive opportunity this is. I can actually announce that the winner of this matchup goes to Vice City, and the winner of the Vice City match will become the #1 contender for the World Pro Wrestling Championship at World Pro Wrestling Hallows Eve. More details will become apparent later on in the show. However, Hallows Eve, WPW Hallows Eve, will be the site. Oh my goodness, look at CG with the Bulldog on Antoine Jackson. Welcome back to WPW, Antoine. Same thing can be said for Jay Jones and CG and Jordan Brooks. Brooks making quite the name for himself in many different promotions. However, it was like COH at R Pro, the 4 count. However, there's also his business here in World Pro Wrestling, where he has yet to, oh my goodness, taken down. Jay Jones back inside the ring, into the cover, hooks the leg, but it's only a 1. Irish whip off the ropes, and Jay Jones flips out of an attack from CG, but Antoine Jackson spiking him down. And look at Antoine. Antoine moonsault, DDT reversed. Oh, there Antoine Jackson grabbing the leg of Jay Jones. Reverse figure 4 leg lock as Jordan Brooks and CG battle on the outside. CG, though, going after Jordan Brooks. But Jay Jones getting out of the submission hold. Difficult submission there from Antoine Jackson. Brooks off the ropes and big boot in the skull of CG. And look at Brooks with that beautiful suplex, spiking CG's neck onto that canvas. And what an opportunity this would be for CG, though, if he can manage to get the big win here tonight and advance to the World Pro Wrestling Championship #1 contenders match at Vice City. And 2 months from now in October, one of these men will be competing for the World Pro Wrestling Championship. There's a possibility at Hallows Eve. We shall see which one of these men will be taking that next step to World Pro Wrestling Championship contention as CG spikes the head of Jordan Brooks into the canvas, and a nice leg drop as well from CG. Big punch into the gut by Antoine Jackson. Antoine now spins him around and slams him to the canvas. Look at Jordan Brooks, though. Spiked him down with that beautiful suplex. Looks like there's a couple 1. There's 2, but a broken up kick out. And Brooks now Being grabbed by Antoine, and Antoine giving him what for. But look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, CG tried to go for a back fist, but couldn't connect on it. Irish whip right to the outside. Forearm right in the face. Now Jordan. Oh my goodness, Jay Jones! Moonsault connecting! Punches down by CG. Antoine Jackson has him up. Oh my God. Oh my. Power bomb on the apron and a spinorama, turning him into the apron again. And CG and Jordan Brooks are doing a number on each other inside the ring. Oh, look at the guillotine. Guillotine by Brooks. Guillotine by Brooks. CG is trapped into it. Antoine Jackson doesn't know what to do. But he goes after Jordan Brooks. Breaks up the submission and allows CG to get back into it. But breaks up the pin when CG tried to bridge and count Jordan Brooks' shoulders to the mat. Referee couldn't count because Antoine Jackson was interrupting the pin attempt. Off the ropes, and oh man, Antoine targeting that knee of Jay Jones, and look at the moonsault missed though. Fast-paced action all over the place, ladies and gentlemen. And speaking of fast-paced action, stick with us here in World Pro Wrestling, because coming up we will be having the WPW Internet Championship, or the Grand Prix Championship, excuse me, on the line. It's been a while since we had that championship defended. It will be Psycho G defending that championship belt against Sean Kenny. But then before that, though, it'll be the best of 7 series, Game 3 between Kyle Young and CG. Oh, Wolverine! Bitch slap by CG! And that may be his opportunity! Oh, broken up by Antoine again and again. While Antoine was dismantling Jay Jones' arm, he had time to break up the pin for CG and spike CG's knees down to the canvas. Hooks the leg. Jordan Brooks, though, breaks up the pin. Oh, look at Brooks. Slam down to the canvas. And now just raining down right hands onto the face of Antoine Jackson. Jay Jones now catches CG into that beautiful suplex. And now Jordan Brooks doing the work on Antoine Jackson's arm. And Jay Jones kneeing the hell out of CG. Oh, look at that. Antoine, no. Oh! Jay Jones so focused on getting Antoine. Antoine dropped Jordan Brooks almost on his neck. Oh man, now here you go. Look at this. It's almost like somebody throwing meat into a tiger cage. Everyone wants a piece of one another. What is Jay Jones doing here? CG trying to stop it. Jay Jones clubbing blow to the back. And again clubbing blow. Oh, now those elbows. Elbows on the back of the neck. Jay Jones, what's he thinking here? JJ! Oh, Poison Rana from the top rope! Oh, Jesus! Straight jacket German. And again, boom! Antoine Jackson's been targeting the legs of his competitors for the majority of the contest, doing what he needs to do to get a big victory. He tried to go off those ropes again, but Jordan Brooks caught him, and now we got some blood for the Blood God. Oh, and more blood! And Jordan Brooks, after making Antoine bleed, is going to try to open up the wound some more. Knees to the skull. And Jay Jones now just stomping away at CG, who's stuck in the tree of woe position. Oh no. Oh no. CG's trying to get up. He's trying to get up. He's trying to hold himself up, but he can't! Double foot stomp. Jordan Brooks has Antoine Jackson up and drives it into the canvas. And Jay Jones, tried to go for a big move right there. Couldn't get it by CG. And broken up the pinfall did Jay Jones. And now CG bloody, battered, and bruised, but he's still fighting. And now look at CG with the moonsault into the cover. Hooks the outside leg. There's one broken up by Jordan Brooks. Brooks now. Hook in the arms. Going for the pile driver. Connects it! Before a pinfall can be made, both Jay Jones and Antoine Jackson break it up. But look at this. DDT! And Brooks though has JJ, and he tosses him around in that suplex. Kick right to that knee, and JJ getting kicked in the knee as well. What a fast-paced matchup this has been. What a way to kick off the season premiere of WPW Riot on Monday nights. A shot in the arm like this, and look at that. Bulldog with the arm and a power bomb on the outside. And Antoine dives out there and goes after JJ. And now CG busting open Jordan Brooks with those fists. CG though, oh, nice move, taking him down to the canvas. And now blushing up his knee some more. But look at Antoine Jackson going for the submission on the outside. It's not a false count anywhere match. You have to get the submission inside the ring. But Antoine, I think at this point, is just trying to torture and hurt and maim Jay Jones. Meanwhile in the ring, as Jay Jones has his arm ringed over, Jordan Brooks drives him the knee into the chest of CG, into the cover, hooks the leg, there's one, there's two, and Jordan Brooks is advancing to Vice City. Here's your winner, Jordan Brooks. While Antoine and Jay Jones were focused outside trying to kill each other, Jordan Brooks takes advantage and pins CG. There it was. Bloodied, battered, it doesn't matter. Jordan Brooks is going to Miami, Florida. He advances to take over Vice City. And now he's one step closer to getting what he deserves in his eyes. And that's a shot at the World Pro Wrestling Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to come at you next with the Best of 7 series, match number 3. Kyle Young versus Chase Atkins next.
I know time will tell. Time will tell who preyed on my downfall. Most times it's the ones that's around you. I know time will tell. Time will tell who really gon' try me. Lord forgive them, they just do what they all see. I know time will tell, but let me find you after all this time. You better pray that God is on your side. I never been the man of moderation. Find out you no good, I nip it in the bud. Money talks, anything could get swept underneath the rug. I remember watching Family Matters on that TV channel. When they took my pops for protecting us, did my family matter? Failure taught me everything I need to know. You seen the growth, went from grandma's basement to nominations, plaques by my diploma. Cause mama always told me finish school because she never did. Alright, Ma, now it's time to show the world your son got a gift.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here on WPW Riot, and it's now time for Game 3 of the Best of 7. The following contest is the Game 3 of the Best of 7 series scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, All Ego, Chase Atkins! Chase Atkins took the win via low blow shenanigans over at Starlight. Kyle Young defeated Chase on his debut night over in Chicago Carnage. Now tonight they do battle once again. Next week we'll see exactly what type of big match they'll have against each other. Introducing next, he is the Second City Soldier, Kyle Young! Kyle Young looking to get a leg up in this Best of 7 series. We're still not sure exactly what the winner gets in terms of bonuses or title opportunities. We still don't know what exactly that's going to entail. However, we do know this. Both of these men are ready to do battle against each other. Chase looks ready. Kyle looks ready. Here we go. The bell has rung. Chase being sent into that turnbuckle. And tried to go for the 10 punch to Kyle, but Chase pushed him out of the way. Kick right into that chest, right into the side of the ribs, and a nice drop kick, taking him down as well. Ladies and gentlemen, next coming up will be the Grand Prix Championship title match. Psycho G, the champion, against the challenger Sean Kenny, who has been dominating WPW competition since arriving and since taking out his cousin Jeremy Barmore back at Chicago Carnage. Nice insecurity by Chase. Tonight, Kenny looks to win his first singles championship in WPW. All he has to do is defeat the current reigning and 5-time defending Grand Prix champion who unified the Grand Prix and Internet Championships together at Gravity Falls. That being Psycho G. And look at the frog splash connecting down to the canvas. Nino caught him. Elbows into the gut, and nice elbow once there again. Has him up on the shoulders. Elbow shots directly into the chin, right in the face. Big punch into the gut, another punch right there. Kyle Young, nice headbutt. And draping him over and sending him across. And now clubbing blows right into the face. Chase now being pummeled. Oh no. What is he thinking here? Oh no. Has him in a submission. Submission hold, trying to bend the back slightly. Chase has him. Cover. Missed. Kyle's shoulders were never quite on the mat, so the referee never counted. Oh, nice elbow right in the face by Kyle. Kick right into that chest. Another kick into the chest. Irish whip back into that corner. Now stomping away at that knee. And now just stomping away. Just hammering. Sweep that leg away and just kick right into that back. Kyle taking him down to the canvas. Hooks the outside leg. Cover, no. Just on one. Off the ropes is Chase. And drops the knee right under the chin. Sweeping the leg as well. And now just dropping his head. Just slamming it into that canvas. Kicks and multiple kicks again. Irish whip into that corner. Draping him over. Oh, kick right in the head. Pushed off and, oh man, chop block taking down Kyle's knees. Up and down, dropping him down right there on the kneecap as well. And a stomp on the arm for good measure. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us here on Monday Night Riot. We thank you for having us. Irish whip just to the outside. Look at Chase, he's just enjoying himself in that ring. He is just having a blast. Stomp on that arm. Picked up and, oh, elbow right into the chest. Punch right there, getting by Kyle. Kyle now, roll through, kick to the side of the head. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm being told that coming up next, Jayy Knight, the new World Pro Wrestling Champion, will be addressing the crowd. He actually recorded an address. He actually recorded something. Let me paraphrase this. This was video taken moments after the World Heavyweight Championship match, or moments after Christy Redding won the Women's World Championship. Jayy Knight came out to the crowd after the show was over, after the cameras were off. We were able to capture this, and Jayy Knight was able to speak to the crowd and, say his piece on winning the World's Championship for the 7th time in his WPW career. So we're going to have that exclusive footage for you next here on WPW Riot, as Jayy Knight in your main event will defend the World Pro Wrestling Championship in a rematch against Jack Hunter. Nice armbar right there. Armbar applied. Chase got nowhere to get. Kyle's got nowhere to go on that armbar. Chase working on the arm here. We noticed armbars get victories before. Last Friday on Supernova, we witnessed Christy Redding get a tap-out victory against Julia Hattrick when they used an armbar. Oh, brain buster! Chase now ascending to the top rope. Has him in his sights. Phoenix. Oh, my God! Chase Atkins, I think he was trying to go for the spinal tap, but he couldn't connect on it, and now just dropping Kyle right on his neck. Looks the outside leg though, into the cover one. There's two, just missed it, 2 count. And bang, knee into the face. Hooks the leg now. Chase got the knee in the pinpoint position. There's 2. Just a 2 count. Chase Atkins could not put away Kyle Young, not at this moment in time. Big kick right to the head. Stomp, no, missed it. Has him up on the shoulders. Oh, look at this. Draping over the top rope. Stomp right on the chest right there. And Kyle Young just choking out. Trying to choke out Chase Atkins as much as he possibly can. And now Kyle again just clobbering Chase here. And look at Kyle now. Look at Kyle. Look at Kyle! Slamming him down on his neck. Draped on the rope. Look at this. Irish whip off the ropes underneath. Kyle now. Big clothesline, turning him inside out. Kick, missed. Underneath, big kick to the side of the head. And again now, just taking down the field, taking down the arm. And Kyle now going to work. Into the cover, hooks the outside leg. There's one, there's two, and just a 2 count. But not quite put away Chase Atkins at this moment in time. But he's not, but it's not in the way of giving up. These fans are all behind Kyle here. And again, stomping on that arm. Takedown by Kyle. And now Kyle pummeling away. And again, a stun gun right there from Kyle. Against Chase, well, Chase against Kyle. And Chase hits him with the brain buster. No, but a kick right to the side of the head. And a kick to the side of the head right there. And jumping knee. Taking him down. And now just pummeling away at Kyle is Chase Atkins here. Chase now getting back to the top rope. Irish District. It could be high rope. Wide frog splash. Changing direction in midair. And Chase could be going for the pinfall. Hooks the leg. There's 2. And just a 2 count. Chase could not get the victory right there. And again, dropping the knee. Sweep the leg right there by Kyle. Again, coming up next, you will hear from the World Pro Wrestling Champion, Jayy Knight, as we have exclusive footage from after Gravity Falls went off the air, when Jayy Knight addressed the crowd after his 7th World Pro Wrestling Championship. Oh, Child tried to go for that back fist right there. Chase caught him. Oh, no. Oh, damn it again! Again to that neck. Kyle busted open, experiencing all amounts of pain, but he is still fighting. Just a 2 count right there, and Chase can't believe it. Oh, but I think Chase is setting up for the brainbuster. Could be brainbuster time. Chase now. Oh, what a move! Into the cover. 1, 2. Just a 2 count, and he can't believe it. Chase is irate. And a stomp on the arm yet again. No wasted motion again, stomping on that arm. Kick right to the gut. Another kick to the gut. Another kick to the gut. Kick in the gut this time though by Chase. And look at that. Oh, slammed down to the canvas. Oh my goodness. On the shoulders of Kyle. And Kyle! Rude bomb. Cover. 2. Oh! Kick out at 2. Chase kicks out just in the nick of time. And now just pummeling away at Chase Atkins here. Would love to rip off that mask if you're Kyle. But you got to focus on the task at hand. Big right hands held by Kyle. Kyle now drapes him over and now makes him bleed through the mask. And the minute he notices the blood, he's just going to pummel away at Chase to make the blood even worse, to open up the wound even more. Look at Kyle carrying Chase over his shoulder. Now got him over his shoulder and drapes him over that top rope. Look at this. Look at this. Going after that arm. Arm submission. Submission hold locked in. Chase got nowhere to go. He can't reach for the ropes, and Kyle Young taps him out. Kyle Young takes game 3, tapping out Chase Atkins with that rarely adjusted armbar. Inverted armbar looked it like. Or modified, excuse me, but my lord. Damage done in that match is exponential. Is exceptional. Excuse me, I haven't done this in a while. But either way you look at it, Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match via submission, Kyle Young! And now Kyle Young has taken a 2-1 lead in the best of 7 series here tonight. Congratulations to that young man, Kyle Young. Chase Atkins gonna have to fight from behind here, down 2-1. Can Kyle make it 3-1 next week? Only one can find out. But coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, you will hear from the World Pro Wrestling Champion, Jayy Knight, who recorded a message for us all after Gravity Falls went off the air. And then once you hear from Jayy Knight, the World Pro Wrestling Champ, ahead of his championship title defense, it'll be time for the Grand Prix Championship to be defended. Psycho G the champion, Sean Kenny the challenger. That match will be coming up right after these messages, and right after this message from your World Pro Wrestling Champ.
As a new age begins, the way so bold must apprehend. It's the nature of time that they always must give in. It's the nature of time that the new age comes in sin. An offer of surrender, Psycho ignore contender. The dawn of destiny is here. Imperial force divine.
Let's hang the jury. You sick judgmental fools. I'll bury you. 16 teams so tired of your rules. Fuck you and your opinion. How could you be so blind? What goes around comes back around in time. You don't know shit. You don't know shit about me. You don't know shit. Don't know a goddamn thing about me. Keep looking down on me. I am more than you'll ever be. Cut me deep, but I won't bleed. You're gonna get me when I'm down. By all means, put me through.
Now, I know what some of you may be thinking, that I'm out here to brag about ending the historical reign of Jack Hunter. But I'm not. Actually, I'm out here to apologise. I'm here to apologise for the attitude that I've had ever since I've returned. And I know it's not a valid excuse, but after being forced to sit at home nursing an injury, and having to watch someone else break a record that you worked so hard to set, well, it hurt. And it's because of this that as soon as I came back, I took it out on Zeke. And again, I apologise, because he was where I wanted to be, and he was a dominant champion. But actually, I have to congratulate both Zeke and Jack. You made me realise that I had nothing to be jealous about, except I should be proud. I should have been proud that someone else was willing to carry this company on their back. And I won't lie, it feels amazing to be finally back on top. And there is something that no one else may ever achieve, because Jayy Knight is now a 7-time world champion, baby. And now before I leave, and I'd like to watch these amazing men, women, and non-binaries to make this show possible, I just want to say one more thing. Play my real music.
So get the fuck up.
We're gonna fall. We're more
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the undisputed WPW Grand Prix Championship. That's the face of fear, my friends. That man instills fear and destruction wherever he goes. Over 20-time World Tag Team Champion with his cousin Jeremy Barmore. However, tonight is his time. Tonight is his moment. Tonight is his opportunity. Can tonight be the night where he walks out of here, out of Newark, New Jersey, the new Grand Prix champion, and with that Grand Prix title, the stipulation, if you defend it 10 times, you get a world title match? Not only can Sean Kenny prove that he can do it on his own, but he'll set himself up perfectly for a shot at the World Championship. And we heard what Jayy Knight said. We heard how happy he is to be champion and how appreciative he is of all the wrestlers here who tried and well succeeded to hold down the fort while he was away. Sean Kenny was one of those guys, but he did it in the tag division. Sean Kenny tonight wants to do it in the singles division.
You got the motherfucking right to remain violent. Color points hiding in my clip. I'll take 25 just to watch your life end.
And this is a man who, when he defeated Jack Lawson, righted a wrong, and stands before us all, the undisputed Grand Prix champion. He lost the Internet Championship and substituted it for the Grand Prix title, unifying both of those belts. And with that, the history of the Internet Championship is absorbed by that belt right there. Because Psycho G is 5 title offenses away from getting a shot at the World Pro Wrestling Championship. However, with an opportunity like that in front of you, it's bound to be an enemy standing in your way. It's 2.5 months, damn near, of wrestling worth that you have to win in order to get to the mountaintop. She is halfway there, but tonight though, tonight's his moment. Can he retain that beautiful championship? Let's take it to ringside for the official introductions. Introduce first, the challenger. He is the harbinger of chaos, Sean Kenny! And his opponent, from Houston, Texas, he is the current reigning and defending, 5-time defending WPW Grand Prix champion, Psycho G! G staring that championship down, realizing this may be the last time he holds on to that beautiful belt. Sean Kenny has a track record of being dominant, of being destructive, of being vicious. Kenny takes a look at that championship belt, realizing that could be his after this matchup is done. Kenny looks ready. G looks ready. The fans are ready. And here we go. Matchup on the way, and my goodness Christ. Oh, Lord, not the start that G wanted. Let me tell you. Oh, my Lord. Oh, Lord. This is not the start that G would have liked. G trying to get some momentum going, and oh, my God. The point of the elbow straight onto the back of the head of Psycho G. G, though, rolls through, tries to go to the pin and gets a work break there and tried. Ooh! G trying to go for a standing shooting star press, could not get it. And now Kenny again going for the powerbomb, and G counters it. G's fighting back, and oh my God, he just bounced off of a man. G rolls through it again. Sean Kenny pummels him down. And this is what we've been seeing from Kenny over the last number of weeks. But G, though, not one to back down, not one to quit, still fighting. An uphill battle to say the very least, and Psycho G realizes that. Irish whip into the ropes, and Sean Kenny, like a locomotive, mowing through G with a clothesline, and then with that beautiful slam, beautiful splash. Oh, that kick right into the chest. Oh, G. Oh my God! Knee into the face. Poison Rana connecting. Stomp down, didn't work. Irish whip off the ropes, and Kenny slams him down. And look at Sean Kenny, man. Look at that. This man is a monster. Irish whip right to the outside, and Psycho G going on the outside. Sean Kenny right back up on his feet. Trying to go for the clothesline, but G had it blocked. But he sends him right back inside the ring. And referees being an idiot and counting countouts, which is illegal in WPW. There are no countouts unless you're going to go to our matchup later on tonight, the Openweight Championship. Oh, and now G. Oh, man. Again, G pushes away Sean Kenny. G tried to go for something and got hit with a headbutt. And mowed down again. Oh, my goodness. G is just getting mowed down constantly. Oh, Kenny taunting in the corner. And G has Kenny up in the tree of woe. Kenny may regret this. Oh, he gets out of it relatively quickly. Big punch, though, by Kenny. And now Kenny lighting up G. And, oh, my God, clubbing blow to the back. Irish whip off the ropes. Kenny trying to go for a move right there. But G had it well scouted. G trying to go for an enziguri, but he got it blocked. Kenny now, oh, no. Oh, power bomb! What the fuck? What is this? No way!
You're never gonna make it.
No, it's no, that's not him. No. Cut it out. Cut it out. Oh my God! Jimmy Barber is back! Holy shit! The workhorse is marching to the ring with a purpose, and Sean Kenny's waiting for him. Here we go. Oh, wait a minute. Kenny not paying attention to G. Palmer on the outside waiting for him. Kenny in the cover. G got the off. And G retains his championship. G retains the Grand Prix title thanks to Jeremy Barmore. Jeremy Barmore costing Sean Kenny the Grand Prix Championship. And Barmore's charging in the ring. And here we go. Jeremy Barmore, Sean Kenny. Meeting of the minds. Both of these men have been waiting for this moment. Kenny is going to take advantage. Oh, my God. The Cousins of Chaos are brawling right before our very eyes. And Sean Kenny, oh, he missed a splash. Oh, my goodness. What a moment we are witnessing here. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to go. We'll be right back. These two men need to get separated. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back here on WPW, and it is time for the second fatal four-way of the evening. The following contest is a fatal four-way contenders match, scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, representing Lawson Industries, Jayy Lawson! Lawson, fresh off of losing the Grand Prix Championship at Gravity Falls. Much like his Mariners are trying to push for one last gasp towards championship glory. One of the more electrifying members of the WPW roster. One of the more popular. One of the determined wrestlers on the planet today. Getting set and ready to go here tonight. Oh, here we go. And his opponent is the current reigning and defending Ace of Axis, Huey Blunt. Huey Blunt making quite the name for himself over on Axis Wrestling, becoming Ace of Axis. He's been a dominant champion ever since holding on to that championship belt. And tonight, we'll see what he's capable of as he steps into fatal four-way action, fresh off of defeating Tyler Jones in a submission match at Gravity Falls. Tonight is his opportunity to punch his ticket to becoming Moby Double Champion. All he has to do is win tonight and face off against a very familiar old foe in Jordan Brooks at Vice City. Who's number 3? Oh shit! Well, speaking of Jordan Brooks, here's the man that made him tap out at Gravity Falls. Introducing next, he is the undisputed GWW champion, the Sus God, the Sus King, Mike Angel! Mike Angel stepping in the ring here tonight at WPW. Huge moment here for Mike as he can try to get closer and maybe rekindle that rivalry against Jordan Brooks. I think if we're talking about people that Brooks wants to step in the ring with here, I think Mike has to be at the top of that list for the very reason I just mentioned. Mike made Brooks tap out. Brooks is a very prideful man. He doesn't like it when the spotlight is shared. He wants it all to himself. And what better way to get his ticket, if you will, to the undisputed World Pro Wrestling Championship than to go after that man right there, Mike Angel. But if you're Mike Angel, you just witnessed the SWO lose their tag title match at Vice City at Gravity Falls. This would be a huge opportunity if they are able to retain and they're able to watch their leader, Mike Angel, get a huge win. Let's see what Mike Angel's capable of here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Chance at the World Pro Wrestling Championship is on the line. Mike looks determined. He looks ready. Who's next?
Some days I'm narcissistic, some days I'm in my way, some days I try to sleep with pins and needles.
What is this? No way. Oh my God! Introducing their opponent, Zach Quinn! Oh, this is big. Zach Quinn stepping up here tonight. What a moment here. Zach Quinn is back in a World Pro Wrestling ring. The last time we watched him, if I remember correctly, he was retired. He left here in WPW, a retired soul. Now he comes back. Undisputed Dreams. Former Warriors champion over at LGF. And now he's gunning for the World Pro Wrestling Championship. Oh, what a moment. Oh my God. These fans are just stunned. They don't know what to believe. One of the more ruthless people to ever grace a WPW ring has returned to his hallowed walls. Zach Quinn is back. Bell has rung and here we go, match underway. Zach Quinn getting worked over by Huey Blunt as a welcoming committee. Welcome back to WPW. And Mike Angel is, oh man, leg drop miss on the corner. What is this? Zach Quinn immediately going for a razor's edge. Hey, yo, simple of excellence right there from Zach. And now look at this. Oh man, stomping the face in. Excuse me, had to drink a bit. Notice the innovative offense by Mike Angel. Look at Mike Angel. Look at Mike into the German suplex. Zach Quinn, though, dragging Huey Blunt in for the cover. Hooks the outside leg, but it's only a one. Big match feel here tonight. Winner of this match faces off against Jordan Brooks at Vice City, with the winner of that going for the undisputed World Pro Wrestling Championship. Look at Mike. Oh man, miss a moonsault right there, did Jarek. But look at Mike Angel with the big axe handle. And now Huey Blunt, as he normally does, fatal four-way triple threat, one-on-one, doesn't matter. Huey Blunt is going to spend the majority of this match working the limbs of Zach Quinn. Look at Mike though. Look at Mike going for a powerbomb, but Jarek Lawson countering. Well scouted by Jarek. Look at Jarek. Moonsault! Standing front flip into that Hurricane Rana. He does it again, and he hits it again. Irish whip over to the outside, and now Zach Quinn doing a number on Huey Blunt in the ring, while Jarek Lawson and Huey tried to hit that knee. He's famous for it, but Zach Quinn able to block it. Now he just sends Huey into that turnbuckle. Oh, look at this. A little arrogance shown right there from Zach Quinn. He hasn't missed a step in terms of that quality. Mike Angel, big punch right there in the face. Chop right there as well. Knee right into that ligament. And again, the knee into the ligament. Now Huey Blunt's whip onto the outside. Big punch right there. Huey now going up. Going to send him. Oh! Oh my goodness. Sending him straight into that unprotected ring apron. No give. Probably the hardest part of the ring by a long shot. And Huey Blunt just sent him in there. And look at... Wow, look at Mike Angel. Beautiful frog splash from the top rope all the way to the outside. Vicious move by a man like Mike Angel. It's the type of match where you try to separate the pretenders from the contenders as the hiccups return. Give me a second, y'all. I'll put my mic down so I can take my water break. Man, that's some good water. Whoa. Should I need to buy that more often? That was nice and crisp. Either way, back to the action here. Huey Blunt's now. Oh, no. Oh, Huey Blunt's. Oh, but Zach Quinn got him scouted. And sling blade by Zach into the drop kick as Jarek Lawson and Mike Angel brawl on the outside. And Zach Quinn showing that he has done his homework on Huey Blunt. And now goes to the top rope, looking for the shooting star press, and he hits it! Into the cover, but it's broken up by Jarek Lawson, who goes in for again the front flip into that moonsault. Into the cover one, kick out into that Hurricane Rana. Huey had the time after Jarek Lawson broke up the initial pin to get out of the first pinning predicament. And now look at Zach. Oh man, power bomb by Mike Angel. Flip over into that vicious knee. Action all over the place here tonight in this matchup. Into that beautiful elbow drop. Bro kick by Jarek Lawson. Just all over the place. Action, one fall to a finish type of match here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. There is no elimination. There is no waiting around till you're the last man standing. You just have to be the first one to get a pinfall or a submission, and you punch your ticket to Vice City for a shot at the WPW Championship. Jordan Brooks is already waiting for you at Vice City. All you got to do is get to Jordan. Out of all these men in this ring, I believe that Zach Quinn was the only man has not faced Jordan Brooks yet in his career. So an interesting matchup that would be. Jarek Lawson, I believe, has faced Jordan Brooks on occasion. Mike Angel is well known with Jordan Brooks, and Huey Blunt and Jordan, I believe, have a long history. Nice little headstand right there by Jarek, trying to show off. Mike Angel now with the tripleta and suplexes. Meanwhile, in the ring, there's only a 1 count. But Jarek Lawson, ever the smart strategist, trying to get a pinfall while everybody else is outside focused on in the ring. And beautiful move by Jarek into the cover, but a rope break is there, and the referee doesn't know. There's no rope breaks in these type of matches, but Lawson's going to make up for it. Oh, try to go for the Colossus, but it backfired. And Jed, bang! Sent down, and now Zach Quinn calling for the fans, calling to the heavens. Headbutt! Whoa! Vicious headbutt by Zach Quinn. Cover 2, and a kick out at 2, I do believe. As Huey Blunt and Mike Angel work on each other on the outside. Jarek Lawson was just so close to losing his opportunity at the World Pro Wrestling Championship. Meanwhile, there is blood for the blood god. And look at this, Jarek getting the submission on. But he has to break it up because Zach Quinn, because Huey Blunt intervened. Oh, I think Mike Angel is trying to go for the sus driver. But he gets it on Jarek! Oh, look at that. Huey Blunt's picking up the bones of Mike Angel. Mike Angel slams down Zach Quinn. And look at this. Mike now... Oh, Zach Quinn counter there. Big time counter. Zach trying to figure out where to send the sus god. He is the least experienced out of all these men in this ring. And he hasn't been in the ring in a long time here in WPW. But look at Zach Quinn with the Queen's Landing once again. Huey Blunt's now into the cover. Can the Ace of Axis go to Vice City? And he can't get there. 2 count. Big chops by Huey right there. Oh, but Jarek interrupts him. It's just like I said before in the last Fatal 4-Way matchup. It's like vultures. It's like animals in a pen when there's meat tossed in it. Mike Angel now roll through, camp up, into the Pele kick. Beautifully done, beautifully executed. And Mike Angel, second row, drops the knee into the kidney. But look at Jerick Lawson with the power bomb symphony to Huey Blunt's. And I believe Jerick Lawson has Huey Blunt set up, and I believe he's going for penalty kick. And he hits it. Look at Zach Quinn, though, has the Suscot on his shoulders and drapes him over that top rope into the cover, though, and he hits a 1 count. Zach Quinn there to intercept the pin. Oh, Zach Quinn now going for a bit of jog. Mike Angel is allowing it to happen. Oh, look at this move, though. Look at this. Jerick Lawson just clubbing away at Huey Blunt, and look at that, to flex in the ring, but look at the ring! Planted him! The sus driver by Mike Angel planning Zach Quinn down. And now Mike goes for the cover on Zach Quinn, and the cover, there's 1, there's 2, and a kick out of 2. We almost saw Zach, oh my goodness! Moonsault taking out Zach Quinn, Huey Blunt and Jerick Lawson destroying each other outside, and a big Snapdragon suplex. We almost saw Mike Angel punch his ticket to Angel Brooks 3 at Vice City for the 3rd straight pay-per-view, 3rd straight takeover. That would have been amazing to say the very least. But Zach Quinn fighting inside the ring. Huey Blunt's now doing a number on Jerick Lawson, dissecting his body, picking him apart. Oh, look at this. Zach Quinn now going to the top rope. Oh, the red arrow! The red arrow! Quinn has him up. Quinn, oh! Knee to the back. Bro kick! Into the cover, hooks the leg, there's 1, there's 2, Jerick's too busy posing, but he almost lost the match. Mike Angel was just seconds away from losing the chance to Zach Quinn. Zach Quinn's got to stay focused, he has to stay alert, he has to stay sharp. Off the ropes, and down goes to the canvas. Zach Quinn calling for the Evans, calling for everyone, the vicious headbutt! What's the leg? Huey Blunt's getting into the ring, gonna get there in time? No! Kick out at 2 by Mike Angel. Big forearm to the face. Jerick Lawson back inside the ring, and so is Mike Angel, but Jerick Lawson gets in there way too early. Taunts in front of Zach Quinn and gets a huge famouser down to the face. Meanwhile, Jerick Lawson, again another famouser, and this time Jerick's busted open. And nice neck breaker as Mike Angel and Huey Blunt duke it out. Jerick into the cover, there's 1, there's 2. Can Zach Quinn do it? But Mike Angel can't get there in time. But Jerick manages to kick out. Meanwhile, Huey Blunt is still dazed. Mike Angel's picking a fight with basically anybody. And look at that dragon suplex. Snap German suplex. Hooks the leg, but Huey Blunt could not get the pinfall there as Jerick was there to intercept. Irish whip blocked right there. Jerick Lawson now going to try to send Zach Quinn over. 1, 2, 3. No! Kick out at 2. Huey Blunt stays alive in this matchup. Jerick Lawson has him. Lawson, we've seen him try to hit this earlier in the match. Can he hit it? Coloss! Cover! Mike Angel's pummeling Huey Blunt to the other side! And Jerick gets the win! Jerick Lawson has found a way. In one of the biggest wins of his career, Jerick Lawson is going to Vice City. And folks, we know our #1 contenders match now. Etched in stone for World Pro Wrestling Vice City. It's going to be that man, Jerick Lawson, going against the King of the North, the King of COH versus the King of the North. I cannot wait. Vice City has just gotten its first confirmed match, and it's one of the biggest matches I think we've ever booked in WPW history, because there you see it, there's plain as day. Jarek Lawson versus Jordan Brooks for winner becomes the #1 contender for the World Pro Wrestling Championship. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's huge. But coming up next, it is the World Openweight Championship on the line. Jade Jackson defended her tag titles with Jane Rage on Saturday. Can she defend her belt this time? Find out next. The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the WPW World Openweight Championship! Ladies and gentlemen, there's the man that Fight for Glory made the impression that he was still as tough and as bad as they come. He one-zipped Samantha Young. And tonight, he comes into the night with a chance to walk out of WPW Riot, the World Openweight Champion. And think about this. He has GWW, he has Mercy Pro, he has LGF. He can take that belt anywhere. Introducing first, the challenger, Shamrock! Well, as customary here in WPW, if you are new, let me introduce y'all to the World Openweight Championship rules. They are as follows. There are 6 4-minute rounds. The rounds are ended after pinfall, submission, countout, or disqualification. That all counts as a fall. This is a 2 out of 3 falls match, of course. The first person to 2 falls at the end of this matchup will win. If you have 1 fall to your opponent's 1 fall and the scores are tied going into the 6th and final round, and after the end of the 6th and final round, it goes to sudden death overtime, and a knockout ends the match automatically. The rules have been posted on Twitter. If you need to, go check it out. I'll post a link to the tweet in the comment section so you can check it out. But ladies and gentlemen, now that you're more acclimated with the rules, oh Lord, Blueberry, Nikita, we saw her spray mist into the eyes of Chris Midas at Gravity Falls, making way for that woman to walk out champion. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the WPW World Openweight Champion, accompanied to the ring by Nikita. She is also one half of the WPW Women's Tag Team Champions, representing Paris, the Psycho, Jade Jackson. Double champion Jade is. She is the World Pro Wrestling Women's Tag Champions alongside Jane Rage. And she's also the World Openweight Champion. And believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first title defense of the World Openweight Championship on Riot. And this is the first time that Jade Jackson gets to defend that championship belt. The crowd is on their feet here tonight. Of course, I gotta make sure let's emphasize this. There are replay reviews, there are countouts and disqualifications. This is unlike any other match on WPW, and let's be fair, this is unlike any other match in the business. You can only see the World Openweight Championship and Openweight rules here on World Pro Wrestling. Jade Jackson standing there, championship in hand. She won that championship against Midas over at Gravity Falls. Shamrock won the chance to get to this opportunity at Fight for Glory. Now the time has come. Championship match that has been heavily anticipated is about to commence. Shamrock the challenger, Psycho Jade Jackson the champion. There's the championship belt that they are fighting for. Shamrock looks ready. Jade, one last moment to get some comfort from Nikita, some last minute encouragement, and Shamrock is patiently waiting. He is ready. He's like a caged animal in that ring. Here we go. Match underway, and there you see the scoreboard. Clock is starting. 4-minute time limit here in this first round. Again, six 4-minute rounds. Falls are counted by pinfall, submission, count-out, or disqualification. Shamrock trying to be the aggressor here in this matchup, much like he was in his match against Samantha Young at Fight for Glory, where he won 1-0 in pretty decisive fashion. Oh my God, right in the gut. Jade rolling through into the code breaker. You gotta wonder, Shamrock's been healthy. He's been waiting for this matchup. Jade had a match for the tag team championships against the Sage Sisters on Friday Night Supernova. You gotta wonder if Jade is having some aches and pains going into this matchup, going into this contest. Jade rolls through. Push off right there by Jade Jackson. Stomp on the arm right there. Shamrock and Jade, of course, two vicious, tough competitors. As tough as they come here in World Pro Wrestling. All doing battle for that Openweight Championship as there has been 1 minute and 30 seconds drained off the clock, and Shamrock shoving his sledgehammer-like shoulders into the gut of Jade, but it doesn't seem to be doing much. Again, this first round is not all about getting the knockout, isn't all about getting the first quick fall. It's about establishing dominance, testing the waters, seeing what your opponent's all about, seeing what they're made of, seeing what they're capable of, until you then have to make the chance and make the strike. This matchup never really is about destruction. It never really is about taking over in terms of putting your best foot forward, because if you go too far, if you try too much, you end up getting knocked out, or you end up taking yourself out of the match in the first or second rounds. You want to keep yourself and your body agile and ready for the later stages of this round. So even if you have to play a little bit of defense and play around the ring a bit, that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. The Openweight Championship rules makes people have to adjust their in-ring ability and adjust the way they go at acting this ring. And look at Jade! Oh my God! Slammed into a spine buster. Look at Shamrock though, working on the arm. Oh man. Working on the arm, bending it back a bit. And again, working on that arm, trying to dislocate it even. Shamrock now. Shamrock up and down, taking her down to the canvas. Coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we will hear from the man who defeated Angel Perkins Harris at Gravity Falls. We will hear from Alex Surefire in his first official appearance inside of a World Pro Wrestling ring. There's a cover, one, there's two, and a 2 count right there as 30 seconds are about to reach on the clock. Big fight feel here tonight. 30 seconds are about to reach, and look at Jade Jackson tossing Shamrock over her head. 20 seconds remaining on this clock, and Jade is just trying to wear Shamrock down. And there, speaking of APH, there's that vindication boot. Jade has felt that one too many times from APH, and 10 seconds rain down on the clock. Shamrock, knee right into the gut, and look at Shamrock, 5 seconds to go, and he's going to take the punishment directly to Jade and then stomp on her knee. As the first round is over and the second round commences, and look at that. Look at what Blueberry did. Blueberry had that chair slid into the ring without anyone noticing. I didn't even notice it until the camera pans right to there. Chairs in the ring, Blueberry being all innocent. Nikita, the odds favorite out. We haven't seen managers have an impact in these matches in a while, forever. It's that weird, odd little element on the outside, as now the clock is starting again, and this is round number 2. Score is tied at 0-0. Shamrock trying his best to keep the pace going. Jade still trying to play defense. Remember, if the match ends in sudden death overtime, Jade Jackson still has a great chance of walking out as the Openweight champion. All she has to do is prevent herself from getting pinned or submitted within the time frame. Look at Shamrock right here. Oh my goodness, look at that suplex. And now Shamrock grabbing onto Jade's arms and just stomping away. Missed that right there. Shamrock though. Shamrock scooped up into that beautiful back suplex. Shamrock though, into the cover. Hooks the outside leg. There's one. Jade's hands on the ropes. Jade's hands on the ropes. And Shamrock picks up the first fall. Wait a minute. Referee can't believe it. The fans can't believe it. The referee, noticing Jade was so close, and wait a minute, hold on, let me get this. Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please? The referee has ordered that we go to the videotape for a replay review. Alright, we're going to the replay here to see if that pinfall was valid or not. This is such the case that happens in these Openweight Championship matches. Referee has the chance to go to the replay review if he needs to make sure the falls that happen in this one are not only fair, but they follow the rules and mandates in the Openweight Championship rules. Alright, Shamrock goes for the pin right there. Referee puts his hand down. There's one right there. Right there. Jade's hand on that bottom rope. Referee didn't see it. And then he counted the 2 and the 3. Her hand was on that rope for a long time, and the referee just noticed it. Wow, Shamrock got that first fall weirdly. Hold on a second. Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has reversed his decision. This round will continue. Wow. Referee restarting the round here. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please put the time on the clock? Please, thank you. Referee asking that the time be put on the clock correctly. 3 minutes and 4 seconds. And Shamrock tossing Jade around. So let me review what just happened. Shamrock got the first fall supposedly in this matchup. However, when Jade was that close to the ropes, the referee has opted to go to the replay review to make sure that Jade did not get her hand on that bottom rope, or Shamrock did not try to cheat on that pinfall victory right there. And it turned out that the referee was right to go to the instant replay. He has that right to do that. Referee went to the instant replay, and it was reviewed, and it was found out that Jade had her hand on the bottom rope. The fall doesn't count. The round continues, and Shamrock is livid. In these World Openweight Championship matches, rounds, pinfall victories, and submissions are hard to come by. So I can understand exactly why Shamrock feels this way. He went through a terrible time trying to get pinfalls against Samantha Young. Can you imagine how tough it is to get pinfalls against the likes of Jade Jackson? But it's like I said, the referee has it within his discretion to go review the instant replay, to go review the pinfall or submission. And, well, the pinfall didn't count because of that discretion. Was a leg. There's one kick out, though, at one. Emphatic kick out. And you can tell Shamrock has just been angered by this entire philosophy that his fall, that he believed was free and clear, couldn't count. Now, in normal circumstances, in normal companies, I've seen it across promotions before, that pinfalls like that happen, and then the referee makes the mad call, and then the wrestlers and the management teams, they just let it happen. Here at World Pro Wrestling, we try to ensure that all the pinfalls are clean, straight, and narrow. After the situation that occurred with Mizuna Kurosaki and Macy Rage for the TV title, which ended in controversial fashion due to a referee missing a hand on the rope, we've ensured that that situation won't happen again, and so instant replay is required now more than ever. And it's a good thing that instant replay was required, because first time that we was able to use it, the referee made the right call. He caught his mistake, and, well, here we are. So now that we're all caught up, the falls are still 0-0 as we head into the third round, as it looks like, because Jade Jackson's going to work on Shamrock here, as Nikita watches on the outside. Oh, but Shamrock turns the tables, and now he's just pummeling away at Jade. And again, going after that leg. 15 seconds left to go in this matchup. Oh, Shamrock missed that. And Jade gets set down. Beautiful belly-to-belly suplex. Jade, though, kick right to the head. Shamrock, though, catching Jade. And backbreaker. Oh, look at Shamrock. He's angry. Pulling away at the arm of Jade Jackson. And the second round is over. Oh, look at Shamrock, though, picking Jade up on her feet. Shamrock wants her at 100%. So here we go. Round number 3 is underway. If you're just joining us, welcome to WPW Riot. We are live from Newark, New Jersey. You just missed our first replay review in WPW. Shamrock had the pinfall against Psycho Jade after a big exploder suplex, but Jade's hand was on the ropes. The ref counted the 3, and then noticing how close Jade was to the ropes, hold on, there's cover right here. Cover 1, 2, kick out. Noticing how close Jade was to the ropes, the referee asked for a replay review. The replay showed that Jade was way too close. She ended up getting the fall. She ended up getting the fall rescinded. Shamrock would then have a fury at the beginning of this restart. And, well, we're here at round 3, scoreless, 1-1. Jade, super kick into the chest. Jade, this is the move that won her the tag team titles. Big ataxia, but Jade ain't gonna be done with just that. She wants more. Kick, blocked it by Shamrock, and a massive clothesline down to the canvas. Elbow right into the chest. Kick right in there. Big punches right there from Jade. Irish whip into the ropes. Big punch. Jade now up on the ropes, and oh my goodness! Backhanding Shamrock right on the outside of the ring. Big time slap right there from Jade. And now the referee gets to count to 2. And remember, there's a super kick from Shamrock, and he just sends his elbows, pinpoint elbows, right into that face of Jade. As I mentioned before, this matchup can end on count out or disqualification. In case you are new here at WPW, this is one of the only matches in World Pro Wrestling where countouts and disqualifications are a factor. I will mention, though, that this Friday night on Supernova, we will have an Openweight Championship contenders match to determine who is going to be next in line to face off against one of these people for the Openweight Championship, as Nikita giving Jade some last-minute words of encouragement and talking trash to Shamrock. In the meantime, distracting Shamrock enough, getting him in sense to go out the ring and get right into that Irish whip into the pole by Jade Jackson. It seems like Jade has taught Nikita well, in the words of Parrish. Look at Shamrock. Oh, and a spine buster! Now you gotta watch out as well here. There's a cover. What's the outside leg? There's one. There's two, and a kick out of 2. You gotta also keep in mind that any moment, at any point, and any time here, a knockout is possible. Shamrock and Jade's got to keep an eye out for that one. Shamrock sends her down to the canvas. And look at Shamrock here, making sure she is as far away from the ropes as possible. Center of the ring, cover 1, cover 2, kick out at 2.5, just barely getting the shoulder up is Jade, and the round will continue. Fans chanting fight forever, and they may just fight forever. And Jade, trying to go for that knee, but Shamrock had it blocked. Irish whip into the corner. Oh, look at this. Off the ropes, off the turnbuckle, into that belly-to-belly suplex from Shamrock. And Shamrock's giving Jade a taste of his mind here. And Shamrock driving Jade down to the canvas. Hooks the outside leg. Goes for the cover. There's 1. There's 2. And just a 2 count as the clock strikes 10 seconds to go in round number 3. And it looks like Jade Jackson and Shamrock will enter 4th round without a point. Oh, and Shamrock heard the bell, but he doesn't care. Sending Jade down to the canvas, knee into the gut. Jade is still feeling the effects of that move. And Shamrock waiting for Jade to get up on her feet. Nikita trying to encourage Jade from outside. Nikita cannot get involved in here. She will cause Jade a fall if that does happen. Jade and Shamrock keeping close tabs on each other. Hands are ready for this. Shamrock is ready. Jade looks ready. 4th round is a go. 4th round here in the Openweight Championship. This is, by the way, as far as we've gone in the new stage of the World Openweight Championship rules without a pinfall. Without a single fall. We were supposed to be 1-0 Shamrock, but unfortunately his pinfall was deemed invalid. Look at Jade though choking out Shamrock. Referee watching very closely, very intently as Shamrock is sent to the outside. And look at this! You can't really see it because the scoreboard was blocking it, but Nikita getting involved, picking up Shamrock. And since she didn't attack, Shamrock, oh my lord, German suplex. Look at Nikita though, getting very close to the action. As Jade is just tossing around Shamrock. And now just driving the knees into the chest, into the head, into the skull. 1 minute has passed in round number 4. Oh man, the arm. Count of 6 here. Irish whip right off the ropes. Count of 7. Nikita going very close to Shamrock again. Count of 8. Jade can win on a count out. She can get a pinfall on a count out. Referee is distracted though. And it's allowed Shamrock to get back into the ring for a count of 9. After a count of 8, almost derailed Shamrock's chances of getting ahead in this matchup. That could have ended the 4th round on a count out. Oh, look at Shamrock. Look at Shamrock. Shamrock has a submission hold. Has it locked in. Can we see a tap out? And we don't as Shamrock pushes away. Look at this. Irish whip off the ropes. Duck underneath. Oh, wow. He didn't duck underneath. Jesus Christ! He just ran through Jade's arm and just tossed her around like a rag doll. And a nice senton the boot. My goodness. Shamrock, you monster. Look at this. Shamrock again! Beautiful suplex right there. Now Shamrock's just going to work. She's stomping away at Jade Jackson here tonight. Block the punch as we now almost reach 1 minute to go in the 4th round. By far the longest we've gone in the Openweight Championship match without a single fall as Shamrock gets powerbombed onto the outside, and again the referee counts. This time Shamrock taking time to taunt to the fans before going back inside the ring, realizing he has way more time on his hands than he did previous. When he made it to an 8 count without getting back in the ring. Backbreaker right there from Shamrock. Kick right to the head by Jade. Now Jade pummeling away as we have 45 seconds, and Jade has received her payment. Excuse me, hiccup. She received her payment. The Blood Goddess gets her payment. Thank you very much. Excuse me, another water break. The hiccups have returned. Look at Shamrock. Pummeling away right there, Jade Jackson. But look at Shamrock. 5 seconds to go in round number 4. Shamrock with the seated senton. And the fall is done. The round is over, but Shamrock, as usual, one final elbow right to the head. Look at Shamrock. Shamrock, no! Excuse me, not wasting any time going for that seated senton. You can tell Shamrock has just not been himself. He has been irate since his fall in the 2nd round was rescinded. We have reached the 5th round here in this matchup. Shamrock, no points. Jade Jackson, no point. Still to come, your main event of the evening for the World Pro Wrestling Championship. Jayy Knight, the champion. Jack Hunter, the challenger. Gonna toss down the canvas. Look at Jade. Look at Jade. Jade is planning for that knee. Big no! Blocked it. Shamrock got out of the way. Shamrock. Oh my god. I hate this. I have severe hiccups right now. Problem is, I would stop the match and go. This is OC, me talking. I would stop and just go do something else. And Shamrock goes in the cover. Looks like there's 1, there's 2, and just a 2. But it's currently 5 in the morning. If I stop now, I'm going to bed. And this won't get done on time, and I'll be angry. There comes Shamrock. Shamrock, spare! In this stage of the match, that is huge. Cover! 2, 3! No! Just a 2! Oh, are you kidding me? Shamrock just barely. Just barely couldn't get the job done. And look at that tilt-a-whirl slam. Oh man, I'm gonna have to stop after this. Jay tossing Shamrock to the outside. Off the ropes into a tornado DDT. And again, the referee gonna start the count. This isn't like normal Riot rules. Okay, they're working on a count of 10 here. Jade Jackson just working on Shamrock, all over Shamrock. But Shamrock gets back. Driving that elbow into the face. Oh no. Oh my God. Both competitors at a count of 5. 6 now is Shamrock going to work on Jade Jackson. Count of 7. Oh no. Powerbomb into the apron and ricochet off. Count of 8. What a shame. What in the hell? Count of 9. Shamrock's got to get back in the ring. And so does Jade. Oh my God. Shamrock's got a pinfall. Wow. Shamrock has just gotten a count-out victory. We thought that was it with the spear, but Jade kicks out at 2. Shamrock's had his spear kicked out. He's got a pinfall rescinded, so he's resorting to the genius tactics. The powerbomb into the ricochet off the apron, and Shamrock, in a first for the Openweight Championship, has gotten a fall off a count out, excuse me. And the bell is rung and Jade is just angry. There you see it. In 4 minutes, Shamrock could walk out of here as the World Openweight Champion. Oh my God, that is insane. Jade's historic reign as the first woman to hold the Openweight Championship could come to a screeching halt if she doesn't at least get a fall. Well, we are guaranteed, ladies and gentlemen, if Jade can't get a knockout, we are guaranteed at least sudden death overtime. Nice cutter right there into the cover. Jade's trying to get the fall here. There's 1, there's 2, and just a 2. Here's what can happen. There's 4 scenarios. Shamrock can defend this lead and walk out of here Openweight champion. Jade can get a fall and we go to sudden death overtime. Or the third option, Jade gets a knockout and wins the match. All Shamrock has to do is defend his lead as these hiccups get out of control. What the fuck? Now look at that by Shamrock. Excuse my hiccups, y'all. I do deeply apologize. Shamrock reaching over. Thought he was going to go for the spear there. But instead he goes for another belly-to-belly suplex. And Nikita can only stand and watch as Shamrock is about 2 minutes away from becoming the World Openweight Champion. All Shamrock has to do is just take the beating. Survive as long as he can. As long as he can. And, oh man, again the snake eyes. Oh no, look at this. Jade can be going for her last resort. Going for that knee. Got the knee. Run across the face. Into the cover. There's 1. There's 2. And just a 2. That had to be her only shot because here comes Shamrock again. And Shamrock with the belly-to-belly. Oh, look at Nikita. I think Shamrock is Blueberry's getting desperate. That did distract Jade. It did distract Shamrock for a split second, but I don't think it did enough. Shamrock off the ropes, into that seated senton. And Shamrock, 1 minute away from getting the win. He wants to add insult to injury. Here comes a spear. No, knee to face. Jay trying to tap him out, but the rope break was right there. 40 seconds, Jade. 40 seconds. Get a pinfall at least. Shamrock taking out the cycle. Bell is strong. The bell is strong. Jade Jackson wins via knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the match by a score of 1-1 via knockout. And still the WPW World Openweight Champion, Jade Jackson. Remember what I said to you new viewers, that a knockout automatically wins you the match. Jade realized the pinfall wasn't good enough. She went for the knockout. She went for the kill. And with 40 seconds to go, she saves her title reign. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as I get something for my hiccup, excuse me. We go to your main event of the evening. The WPW Championship is on the line. It's gonna be Jayy Knight defending his championship against Jack Hunter. But before we get there, Alex Surefire has got something to say. The man who pinned APH at Gravity Falls was going to grab a microphone for the first time in an official capacity in WPW. We'll see what he has to say coming up next.
We all been lost, we all been cold. Everyone rise to our brethren code. We got your back, we all been low. Let's all rise to the brethren code. Adrenaline, the fire I breathe is where I live. Incredible, an animal, one life to live. I never give up, I never give in. Top to the top, ain't never gonna stop. To the top, ain't never gonna stop. Never gonna keep me down. Still the one that's standing now. Destiny is calling me, go down in history. Every day I fight to be legendary.
We welcome you back to WPW Riot, and ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the show stealer, Alex Surefire! What you're looking at now, ladies and gentlemen, is the first man to earn a contract in WPW through the open challenge that APH set out for takeover events. He used the opportunity to face Angel Perkins Harris, and he beat him in the center of the ring at Gravity Falls, and now he's going to make his very first address as an official member of the WPW roster. What's he going to say? Find out next.
You know, it's quite funny how all you people thought that me walking in to this company and confronting APH straight to his face with his shitty eye makeup, nonetheless, and telling him that he's been ducking me for months, and I want to match with him. I got it, and I beat him. I beat him to the point where it just showed that I'm just a better man than him, and he just knows it. But speaking about being the better man, there's going to be a better man when it comes between Jack Hunter and Jayy Knight fighting for that World Heavyweight Championship now of WPW. And quite frankly, that's something I truly want. That is something that's avoided me. Another World Championship. It's been so long since I've had a World Championship in a relevant company, to the point where I've grown impatient. I took what I wanted from APH, and quite frankly, I'm going to take what I want from Jack Hunter or Jayy Knight in due time. See you soon, boys.
Whoa. Ladies and gentlemen, Surefire's not wasting any time here in WPW. Immediately throwing out the challenge for the World Pro Wrestling Championship. Jayy Knight, Jack Hunter, that man is going after you for the World Pro Wrestling title, or so he claims. Well, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, it is that very championship Surefire is looking for. The World Pro Wrestling Championship is on the line. It's going to be Jayy Knight, the champion, versus the challenger, Jack Hunter, in a rematch from Gravity Falls. And that match will be next live on Riot. Don't go anywhere. The main event is next.
Hey, Sway Lee, hear me and hear me good, nigga. I'm here to double down. That shit is a 2-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
Ice Bear smells like clean babies. Ice Bear will have more free chips. Ice Bear wants separate checks. Ice Bear is in.
Yeah!
Ice Bear comes prepared. Ice Bear sleeps in fridge.
How do you feel about the impending destruction of your home?
Ice Bear likes turtle. Ice Bear's tired of staring at this guy's butt. Ice Bear hates butts. Don't ditch Ice Bear. Ice Bear putting finishing touches on your turtleneck. Ice Bear going to fill stomach like pinata.
What's cooking?
Tote wrap. Tote life.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the World Pro Wrestling Championship.
I make the devil run. I gave him poison just for fun. I had one friend, now there's none. I made the devil run. I broke so many bones, but none of them were
Ladies and gentlemen, there's the challenger. Last year at Supercharged, he won World Pro Wrestling's coveted Gold Rush briefcase. Later that night, when the cameras were off, he cashed in against Goldman to become the World Pro Wrestling Undisputed Champion. He held that championship for almost a year, officially clinching the longest title reign in WPW history for the World's Championship. And it ended at the hands of the originator, the 7-time champion Jayy Knight at Gravity Falls. Tonight, Jack Hunter wants a shot at redemption. He wants that World Pro Wrestling Championship back. And he asked for his original music back, and we're gonna give it to him. There's the champ. Jayy Knight, who is very accustomed to success here in WPW, the only World Grand Slam champion, standing in front of you all as the 7-time World Pro Wrestling Champion. And this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is a major moment for that man right there. And that right there is what it's all about. Let's take you to ringside for your official introductions. Introduce first, the challenger. He is the Grim Reaper, Jack Hunter! And his opponent, he is the current reigning and defending World Pro Wrestling Champion, Jayy Knight! Big moment on hand as the referee gets handed the championship. Jayy Knight knows what it's like to be champion. Jack Hunter knows what it's like to be champion. Both men have held that title for years and for a very long time. Time has come. The main event of Riot. And we are underway. Jack Hunter going right after the knee. Big punch right there. Big knee into the face. Big punches right there. Combination offense by Jack Hunter. Knee into the face and an axe kick down to the canvas. Jack Hunter not messing around with Jayy Knight here tonight. Not taking him lightly. Roll through by Jayy Knight. Big punches down. And Jay, oh my God. 9 in the knee. And again right in the knee. And again right into the knee. Looped over and taken down to the canvas. now. Oh my God! Kick right up and take down to the canvas. Kick right up again. Punches right down to the canvas. Jack Hunter now off the ropes into that beautiful move. Takedown right there again by Jayy Knight. Jayy Knight working on the arm here. Big time, big fight feel here tonight on the season premiere of WPW Riot. We're going to end things the right way. Big lariato by Jack Hunter. And Jack now trying to make Jayy Knight tap out. Trying to make him tap at his own game here. Big submission hold locked in. But Jayy Knight ever to escape. Ever so slick. Ever so cunning. Is the WPW champion. Bounce off the ropes. Big clubbing blow. And another bounce off the ropes. And down to the canvas. Now the rapid fire punches down to the canvas by Jack Hunter. And Jayy Knight caught with the knee. And a split leg drop. Jayy Knight taking a hold of Jack Hunter's arm and using it to his advantage. Now Jay kicking down Jack Hunter here. You know, Jayy Knight, he's been world champion. Jack Hunter has been world champion. Both well-toured athletes. Both with different styles. Jack Hunter, the bigger brawler. The more destructive individual. More impulsive. He's methodical, though, but he is also very, very impulsive when it comes to his decision-making. And when it comes to what he does in that ring. But the problem is, he may be impulsive, he may be reactionary, but it works. With Jayy Knight, though, he's way more methodical, way more slow-paced. He's slow-paced when he needs to be and quick-paced when he needs to. But the problem is, nice move right there from Jack. Into the cover. There's one. Kick out. What we notice from Jayy Knight is sometimes when he is too methodical, when he is too slow-paced, he tends to try to get in his own way, per se, which explains what happened that got him away from TV for quite some time. And now look at that. Now upstairs now, and Jack sending him up and on to the canvas. Off the ropes now, into that knee, and tilt oil into that beautiful kick. And Jack Hunter hit that moonsault, connecting down to the canvas. Holds the outside leg, goes for the cover. There's one, there's two, and just a two. And Jayy Knight, though, with the counter. Now Jack clubbing down onto Jay. Look at this, clubbing blows, just dissecting him. The same thing Jay was doing to him. He's returning right back in kind. As I mentioned, while their styles clash a bit, there are similarities that are very apparent when you take a good, hard look at it. However, there is one big similarity between these two men that are apparent, that cannot be denied. They both want to be the man. We heard Jayy Knight apologize earlier tonight during that recorded video footage from the end of Gravity Falls, where he apologized to the fans because he wanted to be on the top so badly that it warped his mind. We'll see what happens with Jack Hunter when he's been on the top for so long. For over a year, he's been champion. Takedown into that splash. Takedown again by Jayy Knight. Now Jay, big kicks right into the face. Grabbing a hold of the arm. Now gonna try to just bring that arm back. There it is. And oh, down to that knee. And again now Jayy Knight going right after that knee. Going right after the arm. All right, for the technical part of this matchup here. Jack Hunter trying to charge in with a big clothesline, but Jayy Knight with a vicious knee to the face. Takedown right there again. Nice takedown there by Jack. Again, Jayy Knight with the counter. Alright, slip into the corner. Take right down. Jayy Knight now setting up, and I think Jack Hunter's going to get set up for a stink face here, and that's exactly what's happening. A bloody Jayy Knight giving Jack Hunter a stink face in the main event of Riot for the world title on the line. Jayy Knight, oh, JB, DDT! He used that to win the championship, but he can't get the job done here, not to this point in time. Again, Jayy Knight trying to dissect Jack Hunter here. You take a look at a guy like Jay, you take a look at a guy like Jack. Both competitors very skilled in the ring. As I mentioned before, their similarities are just exponential. Oh, nice sweep of the leg by Jayy Knight, and look at that! And then the split. Oh, no, he missed the split. Jack Hunter going to take the moment to capitalize and just drives the knee right underneath the chin. Jack Hunter going to the second rope, begging Jay to get up on his feet. What has Jack got in mind here? Jack Hunter with that knee! Oh, he's trying to go for another move, but he wasted too much time trying to recover. And Jayy Knight able to capitalize yet again. And look at Jay going after that knee. And now Jayy Knight stomping away at every body part. Kick right into the head by Jack Hunter. Knee right into the gut. Kicks again. Oh, big knee by Jack. Taking down Jayy Knight, and again going for the legs. Big punch right there by Jack. Jack now, takedown, and into the drop kick. Kick right to the back yet again. I think Jack was going to try to go for a moonsault right there off the ropes, but I thought against it and decided to continue the ground and pound, continue the damage, continue the onslaught. Best way to defeat the world champion is at his own game. Jayy Knight loves the ground mat working style, the technical way of winning a championship. Jayy Knight loves that. Look at Jay. And a split. Using that to his advantages. And Jayy Knight going with a moonsault. And now again, Jay, kick right in the face. And look at this. Jayy Knight trying his best. And double knees right to the back. And the kick right to the head as Jayy Knight took too much time there. And now Jack with the knee! And again, Jack Hunter Gonna do the same thing Jayy Knight did. Target all the body limbs. Target the works. Get Jay's attention via mat wrestling. And again, Jack going for that same similar move. It's been working gangbusters for him tonight, so why stop it now? I've been told that move is called the most electrifying move in all of sports entertainment. Jack Hunter now trying to go for a big move, but Jayy Knight had it well scouted. Big counter right into the face. And Jayy Knight with the split leg drop into the cover. There's one, there's two, and just a two. Jay showing signs of frustration here. But look at Jack Hunter now back on the attack. This is the type of aggression that Jack needs to bring here tonight in order to walk out of here a two-time World Pro Wrestling Champion. And Jayy Knight into the cover now to the LGB DDT. Two, and just a two. But Jack Hunter now combination offense. Meteora. Stop, missed. Now it may look like it's over. Into the cover. There's one. There's two. It got it two. Jayy Knight trying his best, but Jack Hunter trying his best as well. Jay now grabbing a hold of Jack. Sending him into that corner. No, blocked. Irish whip off the ropes. Jack Hunter. I think he tried to go for a spine buster there. Kick into the gut by Jay. And nice move right there. And again, Jack Hunter dissecting the body part. Picking apart Jayy Knight here piece by piece. This is what Jack Hunter does better than anyone in this company. And again, Jack's going for a big knee into the face. I may have the hiccups, but we fucking rolling with it. And look at Jack Hunter being as ruthless as they come. And now Jack going for the submission, but Jayy Knight got out of the way. Irish whip into the corner. Kick down to the gut. Jayy Knight. Jayy Knight, stink face on the Jack Hunter. Jack Hunter getting out of it. JLGB DDT. Cover. Jayy Knight retains. Here's your winner, and still the World Pro Wrestling Champion, Jayy Knight. What a Monday Night Riot that was. What a debut episode here on Monday nights. That sure was fun, and Jayy Knight is still, ladies and gentlemen, your World Heavyweight Champion. For all of us here in WPW, we thank you for joining us here tonight. We'll see you this Friday night for Friday Night Supernova, and next week for Monday Night Riot as Jayy Knight gets his hand hoisted up in the air, still a World Pro Wrestling Champion. We thank you for tuning in. Good night, everybody, from New Jersey.